This is Jonathan Agatha for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Anthony Crolla. We're here, Kiko Martinez, Josh Warrington, the rematch this Saturday night. Anthony, obviously you're working for the Betfred lightweight show. How are you finding it all?
Mate, good. I'm enjoying it. It's good around being, around 5 weeks like that. And I'm a massive boxing fan. It's a huge part of my life, sort of coaching fighters, young fighters, having a gym, and being at all the big shows with this. I feel very privileged, and I think being around the fight week gives you that extra buzz like straight away. And I was already looking forward to this fight, but seeing the shape that Josh is in makes me look forward to it even more, and hopefully, and I believe he will, become a two-time world champion on Saturday night.
We've just seen the public workout, both men on the pads. Sometimes not the case when it's a world title fight with this much on the line. Did that surprise you at all?
Do you know what? He probably did a little bit now, but I'm glad there, because I think it's nice, a good little turnout. And I think it's nice for him to just hit a bit of pads. I don't think they're giving too much away. I think some people get super paranoid about, I'm showing things, but if you just go through a little drill, touching the pads, it's just nice for the fans to see. And both look really well. I think, like you say, Josh got a real good freshness to him. And I genuinely believe he does it on Saturday night. I think he puts in a fantastic performance.
As a fighter, what's going through their minds? We're on Wednesday. Josh has been written off by people thinking that he's past his best, the Lara fights. What's going through his mind in your opinion?
And I think that's a good thing for Josh, because he was speaking to him just before, he was saying about, I feel like my back's against the wall, and that's when his best performances have been. And that's why I just believe there'll be another big performance in Josh on Saturday night.
I saw some comments from Kiko Martinez in the Matchroom documentary saying that if he loses the fight, he's promised his family he'll retire.
Yeah.
Is that, as a fighter, when you're talking about that, is that a bad thing to say on the week of the fight?
It's you can look at it two ways. I think it's realistic that will be the case. A lot of people, let's be honest, 5 years ago, we would expect when they fought the first time, 5 years later, they'd be fighting in a rematch for a world title. We wouldn't. Kiko seems to have been around forever. Maybe people say, well, it's in the back of his mind, but he's probably just being realistic as well. So I don't see it as a weakness.
Just away from this, April 23rd, want to get your opinion on Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte.
Yeah.
Where's this fight won and lost for both?
I'm really looking forward to it. I think there's no denying. I've said it a few times. I expect Tyson Fury to come through. And I said, I think a fit and focused Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight on the planet. But I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a shot on the way in. If Dillian Whyte, I wouldn't be surprised if I said it possibly even gets buzzed. But I expect Tyson to come through and sort of take over 7-8 rounds.
What's the most dangerous part of Dillian Whyte's game that, if anything...
He's got a fantastic left hook. I think he's got a fantastic left hook. There's no denying that. We've seen him put people out. And at that weight, that's all it takes. Tyson's shown he can go over, but he has got up. Unbelievable at times how he has got up. But you've got Dillian Whyte's waited a long time for this opportunity. There's going to be, we'd expect him to give absolutely everything. So if he has success, it'll be interesting to see what happens, how Tyson takes a shot and stuff like that. But Tyson's looked fantastic lately.
Do you think Tyson's going to approach the fight like he's approached the Wilder fights and come forward, or do you think he'll go back to back foot boxing?
That's interesting, that. No, I think that Kronk style, I do think he'll be pretty aggressive. But we might see him box smarter behind the jab a little bit more. Look to bust Dillian up a little bit, break him up behind that. You imagine before those Wilder fights, you imagine Dillian hunting him down, looking to get on the inside. But it's great. I think we'll see him pretty aggressive still, but maybe a little bit more behind the jab.
And just lastly on that, could that favour Dillian Whyte if he comes out in that style?
Yeah, you'd think so. You'd think he'd struggle a bit more when Tyson gets on his feet and move a little bit. But I don't know, you can't argue with one thing that Sugar Ray has done and said. And it does make sense. Tyson's one of the biggest heavyweights on the planet. Why he's not using that power and that size? Why was he giving up the ring, sort of giving up the ground? So he's there. So when you look at it like that, it seems very basic, but it makes a lot of sense.
Well, Anthony, we've got the presser tomorrow weigh-in, then fight night. Anything you'd like to add on your fighters and who you're working with?
I'm just looking forward to the fight Saturday night. I'm very busy with my own fighters. I'm enjoying it all. I'm hoping to have James Moorcroft on the Newcastle show next week. And then a few fighters, on the boxing show, Savannah Marshall. And I'm hoping to... I'm going to get busy with them all. They're all getting dates. Got a lad making his debut the 8th. Rhiannon will be out soon. Alex is in 9th in Denmark. So very busy, very busy.
Great to hear, and appreciate your time.